All right, they don't jump, they don't fly, but head lice can still take over a classroom faster than recess ends. Data from the CDC shows an estimated 6 to 12 million infestations occur annually in the United States among children 3 to 11 years of age. Head lice infestations is more common in girls than boys, often due to more head-to-head contact, and their eggs, or nits, hatch about 6 to 9 days, and lice matures quickly right there on the scalp. Joining us now is Dan Suter, University of Georgia professor of urban entomology. And Dr. Suter, welcome back to the show.
Good morning, Chesley. Spoke to you just a couple weeks ago about Asian needle ants.
Hey, man, look, we'll always have you on the show, especially when it comes to
Yeah,
topics like this.
happy to do it.
Oh, man. So what makes head lice such a good living space on the human head, on the scalp?
Yeah, so head lice they're ectoparasites, they're obligate ectoparasites of humans. So, and they like to live on our head. They can't live really anywhere else but the hair on our head. And they get in, they suck our blood. So that's what parasites do. They don't transmit any diseases. It's pretty traumatic for a child to have head lice, I think. But there's really no shame in it. It's pretty common occurrence, especially in small children in school age. And
yeah.
Heading back to school is a really good time to start talking about it and really start addressing the situation, I think.
Absolutely. What makes it so hard for us to get rid of them?
So they have, if you Google head louse and look at a picture, they have claws that allow them to grab onto our hair, and they don't let go. And if a louse gets off of your head, it's off of someone's head, it'll die of desiccation. It'll dry out and die in just 24 hours or so. So that's why we call them obligate ectoparasites, because they have to, kind of like fleas. Fleas are obligate ectoparasites as well. They have to live on the animal. And so the climate of the head and the hair and their food is right there, and the temperature is right there. It makes it a perfect environment for them. So if they get off someone's head, they die pretty quickly. So we don't really see a lot of transmission of lice from person to person in the off-person environment, right? So typically, head lice are transmitted from person to person when we touch heads. And so with cell phones today, kids are always taking, you're going to take selfies, and you're going to be out on the playground, and you're going to be playing with each other and taking those selfies, and that's how head lice are transmitted.
So with a hat transfer, you mentioned the cell phone, those type of things is really how it's easier done? Yeah.
To be on the safe side, we want to be careful, especially combs, right? So girls will share brushes together. And what a brush will do is, so we have something, the head louse is probably 1/8 of an inch long, but they have eggs that they lay at the base of the scalp on the hair, and it's called a nit. The louse egg is called a nit. And those can be transmitted in a comb. So if you are sharing a brush and you get some nits on the brush and you give it to your friend and she combs her hair, that's how she can get transmitted. She can get nits then in her hair, they hatch, and then you have adult head lice in her hair. So really the best way to get rid of head lice is manually, is with a comb. There are head louse combs that you can go in and literally physically remove. The teeth of the comb are really small. The gap between the teeth are really small, and so that allows for the removal of the nits and the adults. And so when you do that, kind of dip it in some hot soapy water, and maybe before you go to school in the next couple weeks, look at your child's hair and see if you see any evidence of head lice, and address that situation. There are some shampoos that are also available that have medications in them that will kill the adult lice, but they don't kill the nits, right? So that's why it's a two-pronged approach to control. It's a shampoo. If those don't work, maybe go to your school nurse or go to your pediatrician. They might be able to prescribe something.
Gotcha.
All right. And that combined with the comb is really important.
Gotcha. Professor Suter, you're making me itch, so we're going to have to go, man. Thanks so much. Of course, we'll talk to you soon. There's going to be plenty of topics to talk to you about, I'm sure. All right.
Thanks, Chesley.
Take care.